Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. The Cleveland Browns are at a really interesting crossroads right now, especially when it comes to the quarterback position. As we all know, the NFL is a league where talent, potential, and draft capital often dictate a team's future. And right now, the Browns are sitting in a pretty intriguing spot, with some promising developments from rookie fifth-round quarterback Shedeur, but also a looming question about the team's long-term quarterback plans. Sanders, a name that's been gaining some buzz lately, finally got his shot at starting, and while his debut was promising enough, it's still early days. He's shown flashes of potential. There's no denying that, especially considering he's a fifth-round pick and not a first-rounder. That's already a feather in his cap. His ability to make throws, his decision-making, and his poise under pressure have caught the attention of Browns fans, who are always hungry for a franchise quarterback. But let's be real, we're also realistic. Dillon Gabriel, the third-round pick, hasn't been overly impressive, but he's still in the mix. And that's where things get complicated. Now, that's where it gets really interesting. According to ESPN reporter Daniel Oyefusi, the Browns' plans for the 2026 NFL Draft could be a bit of bad news for Sanders. Oyefusi suggests that Cleveland is seriously considering taking a quarterback in the first round of the 2026 Draft. That's a big deal, guys. If the Browns are eyeing a quarterback in the first round, it means they might not see Sanders as their long-term answer, even if he's been showing some signs of promise. When asked directly if Cleveland would use one of their top picks on a quarterback, Oyefusi responded that, yes, but the Browns could find themselves picking behind several QB-needy teams if Shedeur can lead them to a few victories down the stretch. That statement alone is enough to get Browns fans thinking. If Sanders can rally the team and show he's got what it takes to be a starter, it might push Cleveland to be more aggressive in the draft, maybe even moving up to snag a top-tier quarterback prospect. This brings us to a very real point of concern for Sanders. While he's shown some flashes of promise, the fact that Cleveland is considering drafting a quarterback early in 2026 means that his future with the team could be pretty uncertain, especially if the Browns decide that they want a proven, elite quarterback to lead their offense into the next era. The team has the draft capital to make a splash, and that's exactly what they might do if they fall in love with a particular prospect. Looking at the current roster, Gabriel was a third-round pick and Sanders is a fifth-rounder. If we're being honest, that puts Gabriel in a more secure spot, at least for now. But if Sanders continues to develop and plays well enough down the stretch, even that might not be enough to keep him safe. Cleveland might see his development as enough to trade away some draft capital or use their picks elsewhere to land a franchise quarterback. And let's not forget, the Browns have the assets to make a move. Their draft picks, especially in the early rounds, could be used to jump ahead of other QB-needy teams in the 2026 draft. That's a real possibility. The team is known for being aggressive when it comes to building their roster, and if they identify a quarterback they truly believe in, they'll go all in to get him. Kevin Stefanski has already made some important decisions at the quarterback position this season, and his confidence in Gabriel has been evident. But with the possibility of a new QB coming in next year, the room could get crowded. Sanders, Gabriel, and perhaps a rookie, if Cleveland drafts one, might be fighting for snaps, and in that kind of crowded quarterback room, Sanders' path to becoming Cleveland's franchise guy gets murkier. It's a delicate situation, and it's clear that the Browns are weighing all their options carefully. Of course, it's worth noting that Sanders still has plenty of time to develop. He's only just getting started, and the NFL is a league where young quarterbacks can make huge leaps in a short amount of time. But with the buzz around the draft and Cleveland's willingness to be aggressive, it's fair to say that Sanders' role on the team in 2026 isn't set in stone. The Browns are a team that values winning now, but they're also looking towards the future, an aggressive, quarterback-hungry future. Looking at the bigger picture, Cleveland's long-term outlook has been steadily improving. The defense has been stout, and the coaching staff under Stefanski has shown they can get the most out of their players. But the quarterback position remains the final piece of the puzzle. Whether Sanders can develop into that guy or whether Cleveland pulls the trigger on a top-tier prospect in 2026 will be a storyline to watch over the coming months. Sanders' potential is undeniable, and his progress this season has excited Browns fans who love seeing new talent step up. But talent alone isn't enough in this league. You need consistency, experience, and sometimes a bit of luck. The Browns are a team that's been close to breaking through, and if they add a proven quarterback in the draft, it could send them over the top. If they decide to stick with Sanders and develop him further, then he could be the future. But if the front office is looking at the big picture, they might see a different path that involves bringing in someone with more experience to lead Cleveland into their next Super Bowl window. And let's be honest, the AFC North is no joke. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers are all working hard to build their own rosters of talented quarterbacks and playmakers. Cleveland needs a quarterback who can stand toe-to-toe with those rivals, and that's why the front office is always thinking ahead. The 2026 draft could be a pivotal point for the franchise, and Sanders' role in that story will depend largely on how he finishes this season and how the team's plans unfold. In the meantime, Browns fans should stay hyped, stay optimistic, but also stay realistic. Our team is heading in an exciting direction, and the quarterback situation is a big part of that. Whether we see Sanders take a big leap, or the team targets a new face in 2026, one thing is for sure. Cleveland is serious about winning and competing at the highest level. The next few months will be critical, and every game, every drive will matter as we see how this story unfolds. This is a team that's always been about resilience, about fighting through adversity, and about building something special. The Browns have shown they're willing to be bold, whether that means trusting young talent like Sanders or swinging big in the draft. And as fans, that's what makes it so fun to watch. We're on the edge of something big, and no matter what happens, we'll be right there cheering for our Browns, hoping for that elusive Super Bowl victory that's been so long in the making. So, Browns fans, keep your eyes peeled. The quarterback saga is just heating up, and Shedeur Sanders' journey is only just beginning. Will he be Cleveland's future, or will the front office make a bold move to bring in someone else? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. This team is ready to fight, and we're all in this together. The road to glory isn't easy, but with the passion and resilience of Browns fans, there's no doubt we'll keep pushing forward, dreaming of that Super Bowl stage. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.